Hey, what's up guys? Drone B here, and I've got another video for you guys. Hope you have your beverages handy. This could be a long one. This is my definitive guide to Citadels below level 19. So, more of a beginner's video. So, if you're Citadel 40 or 50, just ignore this. Or maybe you can get something out of it, but probably not. Um, yeah, so as you can see here, I've got this is an account I made for an RVR event a while back. I didn't spend any money on it, or maybe I spent $5. Let me see here. Yeah, so I must have spent $5 on this account, and I just did it during an RVR. It was one of those RVRs that you can like gather up. It wasn't like an attacking RVR. It was an RVR who can generate the most points. So I made a couple of these. Just did the build events, got free gold, stuff like that. And yeah, so I got it up to 15 and just kind of abandoned it. Looks like maybe I was going to use it as an energy farm at one point. But all that's irrelevant. The point is the account's here. And now I'm going to show you guys what I would do if this was my main account. One thing I will say, I'll preface this video, how old and how strong your realm is, that's going to determine the direction you'd want to go with this account. This realm, if you click this icon up here, this is an 8-month-old realm. And there's a lot of these are over 8 months, I think. Except for Iran. Oh, that's the Dominion. It's going to say, wow, they're in trouble. A 2-month? Yeah, so these are older, probably about as old as realms as you're going to find. And there might be one cluster older, but these are old realms. And what that means is, there's tons of high-level accounts on this realm. So, and where I'm going with that is, there's no point in mass-producing T2 troops in a realm of this age, because it's just fodder. You're going to get one shot. Some of those upper 40 citadels will be able to kill hundreds of thousands of troops each hit. So you kind of have to take a different tactic. And the main goal in an older realm, if you're below Citadel 19, is to just get T3 troops. At least with T3 troops, if you mass produce it, you have a chance of surviving. You're not going to get wiped out in one attack, at least. So in this realm, that's got to be the goal, to get T3. In a newer realm, say your realm's 4 months or 2 months old, or a week old even, T2 troops are actually a little bit more viable. You can actually use them for stuff. Probably not taking the crystal, but they have a purpose, or at least they're not going to get decimated in a brand new realm. So in a realm like that, you could consider building more troops. But yeah, so in this realm, we need to get T3. To get T3, we're going to need lots of gold. We're going to need gold. We're going to need speed ups. We're going to need resources. And that takes time. So we're going to have to build up to that. The best way to get gold is if you check out all your events right now. So if you're watching this the day the video comes out, this Ronin Hunt and Monster Farm event, that's where you're going to get your gold. But depending on when you're seeing this, look through your events, try to run the numbers. Okay, so I need 600 points to get tier 1. I'll need to take out, let's see, to get 600 points, that's 6 level 1 attacks, or 4 level 1 attacks with a kill, whatever we can get. Now on this account, I don't even think I have any research in Hero. Let me check. Maybe I've got, okay, so I have Monster Tactics 1 unlocked. That's good. That's a good start. So we need to find our level 1 Ronin. So we've got one up here. Now, a trick, guys, you can use the guest account trick. So what you do on a second device, make a new account. You're going to need to build a Citadel 1, University 1, research Monster Tactics. Now we look at the location, 320, 240. So boom, you teleport in a new account. Bam, so I just did that. Just made this account like 2 seconds ago. Now what we do is we weaken this level 1 down to where we can one-shot it. And the reason we're going to do this is you get more points for killing it. So if we can use your MP as efficiently as possible, we can get 300 points for killing it. Bam, we just need to do that twice and we hit the tier 1. And look at this, tier 1 in this older realm. Now it's a lot better in this realm than the new realms. I'm in a 4-month-old realm and it's 40 times worse than this. But look at that. That's 400,000 gold. So we just need to do this. We could probably get T3 pretty quick doing that, right? Yeah, really quick, I'm guessing. So let's get it down to, I don't know, maybe 15% HP if we can do it. 11, one more attack, and we should be good. Bam! So fast forward a little bit, I hit the tier 1, and that gave me 400,000 gold. Cool, so goal 1, gold, whatever it takes to get gold. Now, you're going to need your hero. For most of the events, to get gold, you're going to need your hero. And yeah, so if your hero's captured, you're kind of decommissioned. So you need to prevent your hero from being captured. Now the best way to do that is the rally technique. Find a farm account, an account that nobody plays, and do a rally on it anytime you know you're going to be away from the game. And now you could do this even if you're only going to be away for an hour. Just go ahead and set the 8-hour rally. And you could go ahead and send, just Q max, make sure your hero's in the rally, and march. Now your hero won't be able to be captured if you do this. Your hero is safe, and so are all the troops you put in that rally. So I would recommend doing that with one march if you know you're going to be away. And whenever you're back on, just click the shoes up here, click cancel, and you got your hero back. You're free to use them for attacking again. I would do that even if you're only going to be away for like 15 minutes, right? Like, your hero is so much more valuable than that. That march is worth sacrificing to save your hero. So another way to save your hero is to build a lot of troops. I don't recommend doing that at a lower level Citadel. You're going to be actually more of a target if you have 3 million power than if you have 500,000 power in the older realms. In the newer realms, it might be worth producing tons of T2 troops, but I'm not going to recommend that. How many troops I would build is dependent on two things: how many marches I have, my march size, and the hospital capacity. So at Citadel 15, you have 3 marches. You get that third march at Citadel 15. And 15,000 each march, so that's 45,000 troops. You're going to want at least 45,000, and then a little extra. I would, on this account, I've got pretty low hospital capacity. Now, what I would do also is I would only build hospital wards. You're going to want as big capacity as you can. It's also going to give you defender troop HP. And that's going to be really important. The more you can preserve your troops, the more money, the more gold you're going to save, and that's going to allow you to advance quicker. So build all these hospital wards. I would build as many as you can, which is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to bomb this. So 12 hospital wards. At Citadel 15, I'd raise them all to the max. I'd raise them all to the level of your Citadel. So at Citadel 15, that would be 2,000 capacity times 12. That's 24,000. Awesome. So I would at least have 3 marches plus 24,000 troops. And also important, you can raise your hospital capacity in the Adventurers tab. It's this one right here. And it's pretty significant. It's 5% per level, and I want to say it maxes out at level 20. So what's that? 100% hospital capacity. 100%. Boom. And that you can get the I think it's secret. Luna gift fragments. So you're gonna have to you you get these just by logging in regularly and collecting the Luna gifts here. Also, you can get that in the items if you're doing the daily adventurers quests. You might get some Luna fragment. Yeah, look at that. Just got 200. That's another 5%. So I would do that. Also in research, in the defensive section, after you get the ice archers down here, there is a hospital capacity. So that's going to be big. Yeah, I would focus on the hospital capacity research. And after that, also the combat research. Now, as I mentioned earlier, your goal is to get T3 troops, because T3 quite a bit better than Tier 2. So to do that, you're going to need tons of resources, and that's where the gold comes in. You're going to need lots of gold. It's a circle though, right? You need to keep your hero alive to get lots of gold. So do the rallies. The more hospital capacity and troops you have will give you some buffer while you're playing. If somebody teleports next to you and attacks, you don't want one attack. You don't want to lose your hero. So it's nice to have enough troops to survive an attack. So maybe you'd want to build a little over your hospital capacity. But yeah, it's kind of a balancing act. Yeah, so another important thing, guys, is hero gear. You're going to want as good a hero gear as you can. It's going to allow you to do better in defensive situations, better in offensive situations, and you're going to be able to hit higher tiers on the monster because you'll have more hero MP. I would farm really any layer's fine. They're all going to drop basic hunter gear materials. So any layer's fine. You might, depending on when you're seeing this, there might be a layer that's better than other layers. At this moment, they're all about the same. You could consider farming the mortal hero caches. Now, you're not going to get really good materials for your hero, but if you have mercenary fighting pits, that'll be really big. Plus, you'll get these rewards. But you're going to be a real target down near the scar. So if you're in an older realm, definitely I wouldn't do it. Maybe if you're in a brand new realm, you could do it with T2, but probably not. You're probably going to want to be away from the scar, kind of hidden away from attackers. I doubt anybody's going to teleport in just to hit one Citadel 15, especially if you don't have much to offer. So, that's a pretty big risk, or a pretty big waste to teleport for somebody to teleport in for one person. If you're in a hive, you're more of a target. You might want to consider going away from a hive. It's not quite as enjoyable, and it's a little bit, you can't get free resources. Like, you can't, ask your guildmates for resources because the march distance is going to be so great. You could do the cluster technique where you're like with like 2 other people, and a screen like over, there's a couple people in your guild, a couple people in your guild, a couple people. It's going to discourage attackers, and you'll still be able to do some resource trading. It's an option. In terms of what layer, though, I wouldn't farm the level 1s. You can, but it's gonna be much more of a grind because you're gonna have to farm like tons of these level 1 just to equal one level 2 layer. So I would focus on the level 2, level 3 layers. It's gonna drop higher level materials, and there's gonna be more materials there to farm. So it's a little less work farming the level 2s and level 3s. And in terms of hero gear, I won't go into this too much because it's kind of a whole video on its own. But monster gear first. Now, as you're doing these quests, if you're going to get some Beastmaster gear, and that's the end goal. The Beastmaster gear is quite a bit better than the Hunter gear. So as you do these, it'll probably drop some. Let me see. Actually, you're going to have to do the higher tiers for the Beastmaster. But yeah, Beastmaster is really good. So you can get that doing the events. Also, depending on your realm age, your best gear might just happen to be Sentinel gear. It might be the Arbiter gear. It might be the Glacial gear. It might be the Mercenary. Really, it's whatever you can get. And you can get the Hunter gear on any layer. So that'll probably be the first thing to craft. I would craft a blue gear piece and then save your materials for the legendary after you have a blue crafted. That, you know, the blue's pretty good. You'll get, with the 100 gear, you'll get troop armor, you'll get troop HP, you'll get march speed, you'll get hero attack, you know, all kinds of good stuff with that blue 100 gear. It's good starter gear. And if you want, you're going to start building up spider silks and the scales and the bronze as you farm more and more layers. Battle boots are pretty decent. Well, let me compare them to the hunter. Let's see, the 100 gear, legendary, 11 troop HP, and the battle boots legendary is, well, that's actually not much better. Yeah, you're fine with just the 100 gear, to be honest. That 11 HP, that's pretty equivalent to the battle boots, actually. Alright guys, so gold primary focus. Hero gear, keeping your hero alive, that should be, goes hand in hand with that, but we'll call it the secondary focus. The third focus, you really don't want to use gold on resources if you don't have to. So, but you're going to need a ton of resources to get tier 3 troops. So I wouldn't get resources by farming these. I think you're better off farming the layers for hero gear. How I would get resources is, there's two ways. The easiest way is to ask people in your guild if they don't mind giving you energy, giving you, you know, it doesn't hurt to ask. There's probably, hopefully, somebody in your guild spending some money and getting tons of free resources that he can give away to you. If not, the second thing you can do is build farm accounts. So build second, third, fourth, fifth accounts. And like I mentioned earlier, this account, it looked like I was focused on energy. So I made this account, well, it looked like I was low on energy, and you don't want to use gold on something like energy. So if you make an account like this, level it up to level 9, level up all your resources. Like, you can have a farm account just for energy, so make all the energy level 9, and then you can attack it. So teleport it near you, and you can attack it and collect that energy that it produces. So, you know, it's a good way. You could do that, have a couple of those, one for each resource, or you could have a couple extra for stone or a couple extra for energy, depending on what you need more of at the time. Yeah, so if you have a couple farm accounts, really just need to clean them out twice a day, so it doesn't take too long. I usually do it in the morning and at night. Well, I don't do it anymore because I have enough resources at this moment, but I used to do it right in the morning and then right before I go to bed, and maybe at lunch too you could do it. So if you wake up, boom, zero out your farm accounts, collect the resources so it can keep producing them, and then send out 2 marches. Like on this account I would send out 2 because I have 3 marches to the layers, and then do the rally technique after you use all your heroes MP. Do the rally technique, go off, do other things, go about your day, and log back in, cancel the rally, send your marches out again. You could zero the farms. Not a bad way to go. Yeah, so the big thing is just get as much resources as you can without using gold. You might at some point want to use gold just because it's easy, but I would use the gold more than anything for speed ups. Also, you're going to want to get as much loyalty as you can, and to do that, it'd be nice if you can hit the daily loyalty every day, so keep helping people. There's a trick I've mentioned in some other videos. Some people call it guild spamming, some people call it loyalty farming, loyalty spamming. What you do is, if you get a couple people in your guild at the same time, you click the building, click deconstruct, click free, and then click help up here. It'll allow other people to help you, and if you get other people doing that, you can help them and fill up your loyalty easily that way. Just make sure you click the building and click cancel before you're done, so you can kind of repeat the cycle. And you also need to make sure it's a high enough level that if a bunch of people help it, it's not going to instant deconstruct. Because I've seen that happen before too. So make sure you cancel it when you're done. You can get loyalty that way. And you also get loyalty just from attacking the monsters. So definitely try to get as much loyalty as you can. I wouldn't use it on anything other than maybe random teleports, advanced teleports, and bubbles. That's the primary focus for them. You might want to, depending on, you might have to use it for increasing your inventory. Right here, 73,000, but you won't have to do that very often, right? Like, it's pretty seldom that you'd want to use loyalty for that. But that is, at some point, you would want to use loyalty for that. So once you have your full hunter set and you're working on your next Beastmaster set or Sentinel set, you'll need to do that. I wouldn't use loyalty for the bookmarks. Just only, after, I think you can get like 10 bookmarks for free without using loyalty. So, I'd just make do with the 10. Also, you can use loyalty on like player name, profile image. Really none of these I would use loyalty on. I think they're kind of a waste. Maybe you'd use it for bombs at some point. If your buildings are a high level and you don't want to use the time, the bombs are kind of nice. But that's pretty rare too. You can also use loyalty for speed ups, but I don't recommend that. I think that's terrible use of loyalty. So just save it up. Use it for bubbles, use it for advanced teleports or random teleports. If your guild's under attack and you don't have any bubbles, and I don't know, there's somebody that's just sitting there harassing your guild, you might want to use a random teleport. Not the worst use of loyalty. So as I mentioned earlier, you're going to want to max out your combat and defense research for your Citadel level. And I would do that before you go to the next Citadel level. So like at 15, I would get my university to 15. I would max out all the combat, all the defense research, and you could even, if you want, max out the economic and hero research. It's kind of up to you. The nice thing about the economic research is the gathering speed and, well, really the troop load. This is the most important. I would say the most important thing in the economic section here, at least down until this construct. Well, the loot tile gather speed's a good one. So the best researches in the economic, you got the troop load, you got the loot tile gather speed, and this construction speed is one of the best upgrades in the game. But this is more once you hit Citadel 20. This construction speed that's where that will really come in handy. So you could neglect this for a little while, but focus on the combat, focus on the defense. Make sure you max those for your Citadel level. Crafting, these will come in handy actually. The more I play the game, the more I'm impressed with these, to be honest. So you could max these for your level, but a lot of these you need to be a certain Citadel to, let me see, University 20. So this is once you get T3, then you could focus on the crafting section. Hero, I'm not going to fault anybody for maxing out their hero research too. It's going to help you out on the monster events quite a bit. And once you get past Monster Tactics 3, down here, yeah, I'm not sure how far down, but there is a hospital capacity down there. And after Monster Tactics 4, you have a troop HP and a troop attack. So that section is good, but combat first, defense first, hero after that. And I would do economic after the combat and the defense as well. I already mentioned how many troops. I would only build the highest tier troop you can. So after Citadel 10 and you get your T2 researched, I would only build tier 2 troops. Which ones you build kind of be more on your focus. You could actually only build I would build, you could build 3 marches or however many marches you have worth of siege troops. So in this case 45,000 siege troops. I would dismiss these level 1 as soon as I get the level 2 unlocked, and then build your hospital capacity worth of the tier 2 troops, maybe double. You could even do more. It really just depends on you. I just wouldn't use gold and speed ups on it. That's the main thing. If you have a farm for food and you want to attack it every morning and you know, just train whatever you can at the time. It's like I can do 1,400. So what is that? That's like an hour and a half. You could do that. Just hit your farm account and keep training them. But you know, it's kind of as long as you're not using gold and speed ups on it, you know, you can go ahead and just keep your training grounds active and building them. Nothing wrong with that. And you might even want to do that for the Adventure Day training quest. So yeah, not a terrible idea. You know, if you get up to a couple 100,000 tier 2 troops, as long as you're not using gold, yeah, go for it. Go for it. You know, why not? You might be more of a target, but you also can afford to be more of a target too. You're not going to get zeroed in one hit. So yeah, you can do that. Not going to fault you for that. The only downside to that is you're going to have trouble. Like right now, well, even now my total hourly upkeep is greater than my income, and that's fine. It just getting large amounts of food is going to be more difficult, because if at any point I need, say, more than 1 million food, and I only have 1 food farm, let's say I zero that, my food's going to start dwindling pretty quick. So you're going to need, if that's the case, you might have to use gold for food. That, or ideally you just build another food farm account where you can zero them both before your food goes to nothing. And the more troops you have, the quicker that food's going to dwindle. So that's the only downside to having, you know, more troops. If you know, assuming you're not, it doesn't take too much T1 to build troops, I don't think so. So yeah, you could do that. Not going to fault anybody for having 1 million tier 2 troops. At some point, you're going to want to get rid of them to make room for your tier 3 troops. So that's the main thing. As long as you're not setting back your research for tier 3, go for it. Yeah, so that's a pretty basic introduction, I think. Hopefully I didn't miss anything big. If I did, leave a comment. Let me know what I forgot. Let me know if you have any better suggestions. And yeah, guys, hopefully hopefully I have some good information in here for you guys. If not, my bad. So yeah, there we go, guys. Drone B out.